Hey everybody, Barry here again. I messed up. If you saw the shorts I posted, I kind of made a mistake and I guess I'm literally going to pay for it. Here's the input shaft out of the two-wheel drive. Everything in the two-wheel drive transmission was in decent shape and this four-wheel drive was absolutely cooked. Anyway, so this input shaft is really bad. Here's the one out of the four-wheel drive, and I measured the tips of the teeth, the very top, and this one is 27 thousandths. And this one over here, the tips are 10 thousandths. And you can see, if it would ever focus, that it's knife edged pretty good. Like, it's got a real shiny side on the teeth. And there's a definite wear pattern right there. So those teeth are narrowed out quite a lot. And I have my new oil pump gasket bolted in. I have all 4 new Teflon seals on this input shaft. I'm gonna try to save them. I don't know if that's a futile effort. I don't know if that's a thing that normally you can do, but I am gonna try to save the seals because if I can, well, I'll pull them off this one, put them on that one, and we'll be good to go. As for the oil pump gasket, apparently if there's no heat gone through it, I can save it, but I'll just make sure it's not compressed too much and we'll go from there. So hopefully by the end of this video, well, at least we'll have answers. I'll know that I need to order $80 or $90 worth of stuff, or maybe it'll all be fine. So let's get at it. Also, while I'm in here, I may pull out these 2 bolts and just haul the entire guts out and adjust the rear end play, because right now it's at 4 thousandths and spec is 5 to 25. So that's pretty tight. So I think what I'll do is, if I have a 15 in there, maybe I'll take it out and put a 10 in or something like that. I'll just readjust it so I can get up closer to 10 thousandths anyway. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to find. I know those Teflon seals are really hard to get in place, but I think if I had, like, say, a cup full of tap water, like really hot tap water, I could hold the input shaft down in the water so that it gets malleable and then kind of gently hook a screwdriver in behind it. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be cool if that's how it worked out. Now, I don't have the proper tool, the proper puller for this, and the manual said not to pry against the case, but I mean, it's all I have. What are you gonna do, right? Well, it's coming out well anyway, actually. If the gasket does tear, well, I'll have to buy a new gasket. But if it doesn't, it'd be kind of cool. Alrighty, I think we may be in good shape. Yeah, I didn't stick on at all. That's great. Okay, and yeah, it is compressed out a little bit, but what do you guys think? What do you think? You can see that, actually you can barely see it right there, a little bit of a compression on that, but I am using the same pump and the same case. So if that makes a good case, I don't know, but yeah. So let's pull out this input. Just to get an idea how this is gonna go. I don't think it's gonna go super well. Well, that screwdriver was too thick. Let's try a feeler gauge. No, I doubt this is gonna work either, but yeah, so there's not even 12 thousandths. And I think my thinnest one is a 10. Yep. Can I put it down between there? No. Maybe. Yeah, just gonna destroy it. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I could just go and reuse these seals, but I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, well, that is way too tight of a tolerance for me to get those out, so have to buy new seals there, and if I buy new seals, I may as well buy a new pump gasket. Well, while I already have it apart, I may as well go ahead and fix that end play, because I didn't love that. Yes, I'm going to have a trans brake on it. It's going to take a lot of punishment, but still, it's pretty tight end play. So this is the aftermarket bolt. The rear one torqued up fine. The front one I broke too before I set. 29 foot-pounds is a lot. And then somebody else sent me a manual that said 12 foot-pounds. So yeah, the ATSG manual says 29, but why? I don't know. So I just kind of gave it a torque down with the ratchet and said, okay, that's tight enough for me. And could you let me know, should I be putting Loctite on these? Obviously red Loctite would have sucked because I had to take it apart, but should I put blue on it or something when I know I'm done? No, the only thing that holds everything in now is 2 snap rings. Isn't that wild? There, and now this one. Now that band is loose, and you come out. That's so sharp. Now the band. And now I'm going to be writing away, but I'm going to take out this snap ring. And this is the spiral lock intermediate snap ring. So let's see if I can get it out. Okay, that's coming out fine enough. So, yeah, it sucks having to spend extra money, but what really sucks is I live in Newfoundland and it takes a month for anything to get here. I'm not in a rush because I'm just not ready for this anyway because I need to get a converter. But my hope was to have it completely ready, 100% built, and just bolt it in. Now that's not going to happen right now, at least, but that's okay. I still have wiring to do, and apparently the issue that I was having can be caused by wiring. With my 4L60, I lost 3rd and 4th gear on 2 different transmissions. I can't speak for that. I can't say whether that's true or not, but I am going to go over all of my wiring and make sure it's good. Man, this is just not wanting to come out. I always struggle with this one anyway. Okay, stay. Get my fingers under there. There we go. And this is the beveled snap ring. Okay, here we go. You can see the light changes when I angle it, and the bevel faces outward. Okay, and the support comes out. Now, why doesn't the center support want to come out? Have it unbolted. Isn't that funny? Give the output shaft a little tappy tap. Nope. Never had that trouble before. pull out that shaft and now see what is going on with you. Oh, never mind. I know what's wrong. Don't forget to remove the rear feed line. Yeah, that one goes all the way through the center support. Hey, that's a lot easier. And one last nut ring. And one piece of the race stayed on the center support. Oh yeah, there we go, drop it. That one's gonna stay down there. And now the center support. And now the output shaft, I should say. Just as heavy as ever. Now I wasn't gonna pull out the reverse band, but I am actually gonna do that. Mainly because it's a new one and I forgot to soak it. So I don't know if it's supposed to be soaked, but it is a friction material just like the clutches, so I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, Torrington bearing is still there. This has a rollerized output shaft, and you may say that it doesn't need loose end play, but I just want to make 100% sure. Okay, right now I have 4 thousandths of end play. Struggle, 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 turn on. Well, my battery's getting dead. I have 4 thousandths of end play, and I think this may be a 10 and a 15, just by a first glance. So that's a 15. And oh no, that's also a 15. So I'm going to take out 115, throw it in the bag. Actually, this is 2 here. That would have sucked. And get some of the dirt off of that. And we have a 10. So I'm going to put a 10 and a 15 together. Oh, it's got a little bit of rust on it. Look at that. I don't want to use that. Okay, there's a 10. Double check. Man, I need a little bit of dust on it at all, eh? And there's a 15. All right, so that actually wasn't a lot of work. Wasn't bad at all. At the very least, it gives me a chance to correct something that I was nervous about. And here's the Torrington bearing going back on after the 2 shims. And I'm gonna give those bands a little bit to sit, so I'll check back in a second. Bam! A few hours later, this has been in soak, and well, I feel a lot better about it now at least. I'm gonna go pop that band in while it's dripping all over the floor. There we go. Ow. And I have a theory as to why my end play tightened up as much as it did, because I think it was like 9 thousandths, and then when I put the transmission together, it went down to like 4 thousandths. And my thought is, when I get down in place and I can get my thoughts in order, my thought is about the tapered snap ring. Let's make sure that one fits right. Just gonna pop a screwdriver in here. Yep, that looks good. My thought is that the tapered snap ring, I just had it kind of sitting in place when I set it up. And then I realized after, I was reading some forums and they said, take a screwdriver and tap it the whole way around to get it to really seat. So we'll try that after. Okay, the band is in place. Next up, output shaft and the drum. Make sure that's all I need. Yep. I don't know how many times I've had this apart, but it's got to be 6 or 7 times for sure. Okay, that's good. And every time I get a little better at it, so that's something. Then we have the skinny snap ring down here. I'll move that over to around 9 o'clock position. Yep. Center support, and I've got to have that facing the right direction. There. Actually, I'm going to put that little shaft in there first. That would help line it up. There we go, that's much better. Sits right in place, look at that. And now the tapered shaft, or the tapered snap ring, I should say. So I'm just going to pop it down until it goes snap, just as a test. Okay, that's snapped. And down right here, I'm going to put in the center support bolt down at the bottom. I don't know if this is necessary for end play testing, but I mean, feels like it should be. I'm not going to go crazy with the torque. Just gonna give it a good old hand tight. And what I have now is the snap ring not fully seated, which is exactly how I was doing testing before. Okay, I got that one set up. Just gonna turn this so we can see it. Ow. All right, so right now the shaft is all the way at the bottom. Just gonna set it to 0. And now I'm gonna lift up on it. So I'm at 0. And I've got, I can get it up to around 11 thousandths. Okay, 11 thousandths is fine. Then I'm going to loosen this bolt. I'll get in here with a screwdriver, and what they were saying was take a long screwdriver, put it on top of the snap ring, and just kind of hit that screwdriver all the way around. That it pushes the center support down and seats that snap ring in better. So we'll see if the end play gets tighter. It may never be the case, but it's worth a shot, right? Okay, that's loosened up. And get my screwdriver in there and stop rolling away from me. Give it some good tappy taps. Oh yeah, I did see it move. I'm actually going to get in here and give it a twist first. Before, when I was doing the testing, I was just kind of letting that snap ring snap into place. And that's as far as I was going with it. So we'll give it a few taps. I don't want to go crazy with it or anything. But I definitely saw it go deeper into the groove. Now I'll tighten up the bolt again. All right, let's try it again. We're still at 0, so that's nice. And I'm just gonna hold it, and I'm going to. Oh yeah, man, look at that. We're at, I'll say 7.5 thousandths. I can get it up to 8. So just by tightening up that snap ring, I lost 3 thousandths, maybe 3.5 thousandths. And that's what got me from like 7 down to 4. So yeah, pay attention to that when you're doing in-play stuff. I know I will from now on. I know 7 to 8 thousandths is still on the tighter side, But there's not a brass thrust bearing in this anymore. It's a Torrington rollerized bearing. So it doesn't want a big lot of end play anyway. You don't want those bearings getting smacked. And 8 thousandths is between 5 and 25, so that's perfectly fine with me. And 32 foot-pounds is the torque for that one. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the servo in here just to keep everything together. I do have a new gasket on the way for this, so I'll pull it off when that comes in. Now on that note, I ordered a new gasket and new PTFE sealing rings for the input shaft this morning and a new pump gasket. That's all going to be in a month, which is just absolutely bonkers. I don't know why stuff has to take so long, but I ordered it from eBay. Rock Auto didn't have a listing on this gasket and 2 of the sealing rings. So I had to get it all from eBay, which is just painful. Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and torque that down. That's got to come apart anyway. Okay, everything else right up until the pump is ready to go in. So I'll just go on and reassemble that now. Okay, wavy plate. Man, I've done this so many times now. And it's still, to be honest, it's still kind of exciting. I'm really enjoying putting this together. Clutch and steels alternating. This has little dovetails on it, and nobody said anything about it in any of the videos or the literature that I read. So I'm just going to stack them all so the dovetail is in the same notch. But if you know if I'm doing this wrong and it's supposed to go in a certain notch, please let me know, because I don't want to do it wrong. Ooh, slippery. Be careful now. Okay, I know the big notch goes there. And the intermediate snap ring. I really, really like this spiral lock one. It's way nicer than the little baby snap ring that was in it. If anything, throughout this whole build, I've learned quite a lot from people who know quite a lot more than I do. And people have given me some really, really good advice. This was one of them, because I would have just put the original snap ring back in and never thought twice about it until the case wore a hole in it or whatever happens, which is apparently all too common. Also pretty scary. I wouldn't want to have my transmission split in two because of a snap ring. Okay. I always wear gloves when I work on these transmissions and well, pretty much everything, but I still get up to my elbows in transmission fluid. Okay, that's all snapped in. The nice thing I like about the spiral lock one is it goes the whole way around. It's fully captured, so it's not going anywhere. Now this one, that hurts my fingers. I could take all the clutches out, but I mean, you know. At this point, might as well get hurt. And I forgot I need to take the clutches out in order to line up with the bottom set. This really is exciting, isn't it? Man, I love doing transmission stuff. It's a barrel of fun. Now the 80 is probably one of the easiest ones to work on, all the same, but still, I think it's pretty interesting. There we go. Did I get you down there? Sounds like it. Just lift it up and drop it. Yep, that sounds like metal. Okay, that one. And again, with this one here, there's this flat edge right there. So I've just been kind of lining them up with the other flat edges. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know if it matters, but that's the way I've been doing it. Pressure plate. Ow, fingers. I squat my fingers at least 10 times while I'm doing this. And apparently I cut my arm, but that's okay. And that one is done. Line those up. Just going to try to line those up a little better with the juvenile. Hope that it might help a little bit. Hey, plastic washer is still on there. 3-piece bearing is there. Don't drop it. Tight. Huh. Ah, there we go. Yep, that sounds right. Now my output shaft is hard to turn now. I guess everything must be working against each other, so that makes sense, but yep, that's metal. Next up, this one. There we go. Now, apparently, I can make my life easier by taking out this one. And taking out all these clutches. I haven't tried that yet. So let's try it now. I don't have the input shaft obviously put together yet. You know, I don't have the pieces yet, but I wanted to put it together because I don't want the transmission getting full of dust and stuff. And I thought this was the best way to do it. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I got those wrong. And then these are the ones that have to be set correctly. There's one narrower place that the band has to go, or the dovetail has to go into, and I think it's this one. Yeah, that's it. There we go. So now there's our new clutch. There's that and that one. Here we are. And the snap ring goes down here. Sweet. So that's all put together. This is very exciting, actually. And I think I'm going to go and just bolt the pump into place just to make sure no junk gets in around there. Just because, why not? Okay, that one goes down there like that, lined up. I don't have the gasket put in there. I'll put the gasket back in the package. And I got something done wrong. Oh, Jesus. Everything is slippery. Everything is slippery and heavy. Okay, let's try that again without beating anything up. And all the holes are there lined up. And that should be it there. If there's anything I could have broken then, could you give me a direction on where to look? I just want to make sure I didn't crack anything or damage anything. I guess the seals on the pump could be damaged, like those PTFE rings. So if you know for sure, let me know. I do have spares. All right, that's as far as I'm going with that, because again, it has to come apart. And I'll just put that one on there. That was pretty rushy there for a second. Okay, I'm gonna go put a garbage bag over this, and then we'll leave it until the new parts come in. Next video, I'm gonna be doing Desperado stuff. I have to do a harness for it. I just put the truck inside because it's gonna be snowing this week. Right here, I have a 4L80 harness, so I'm gonna go and adapt that and get the trans brake wired into it and get my wideband, my fuel pressure sensor and everything wired in, and then I'll swap this harness onto the truck. The harness that's in it now, I don't trust it. Apparently, the issue I was having with the 4L60s can be caused by a bad harness, so I don't like that at all. Plus, adding to that, I did have an issue when I first fired up the truck for the first time that I didn't have any coils on one side and I found a broken ground wire, so there was already one issue with the harness. I do not want to blow up this transmission because of a broken wire or corrosion. Well, I'm pretty much all done here for today. I did some testing and I found out that, yeah, the snap ring can cause different end play numbers, and it's nice to know that. I'm all done for today. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. YouTube members link is down here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody. And I forgot the forward band again. Oh my God.